You already know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you already know what it do.
We bike.
Sheesh. One time for the fan. One time for the fan. Of course, you know we're here every Wednesday, every Sunday, talking Falcons football. Every Sunday this offseason. So we kind of slowed some things down. We back like that. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Cadillac.
Bodie's here with me.
Yes, sir.
We're going fishing. One time for the fan. Let's talk Falcons. One time for the fan. You already know what it is. We back. We talking Falcons football. Hit that like button, hit that share button. First time here, hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
We're here in a good way. We're here in a positive way for everybody, Falcon fans. So how y'all doing? Falcon colors up. Over into that. There it is. Falcon colors up. Flying.
Yeah, and we here for everybody. We here to bring in. I know it's gonna be a long off season, but it's gonna get ramped up real soon. So
is that Bodie 3000 or is that M'Baku? What you training? What you training for Black Panther 4? What going on over there? I thought I saw you in Creed 7. Gosh. M'Baku. Bodie's in the building. Bodie 3000. How's everything going, sir? Since the last time we talked, you see, I feel much better. You see, I'm going in right now. I feel much better from the last time we talked. Still a little bit under the weather myself, but Bodie, how you doing? Falcon fans, how y'all doing? What's up?
I'm good, man. Just another day. Been a good day so far. Been a good weekend so far. I'm saying the day's about over. But yeah, feel like as Falcon creators, we out here. We trying to just bless the community. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Some of us out here trying to be in competition with each other, but I ain't gonna say no names.
Competition.
I'm saying, what's up with that?
Competition starts in the fall, baby.
Why you want to battle us? I won't say no names.
One time for the fan. We love talking Falcons football with all the Falcon fans. Falcon fans, how y'all doing? It's another Sunday of no Atlanta Falcons football, no football. I mean, you got some XFL and shit, but I mean, no NFL going on.
Yeah,
you
I ain't
sitting
watching
back.
Nothing Vic Beasley playing in. I'm
Sheesh. Every Falcon fan is pretty much glued to their phone on every bit of information that is coming out anywhere that has any type of ties to the Falcons. Falcon fans are all over it. I saw a post today that said Jimmy G's coming to the Falcons. Falcon fans went crazy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like 1 million people chatting. Oh my God, Jimmy G. Oh my God. Falcon fans, y'all are so tight right now. Like
all it takes is one person to just come out and something like that spread like wildfire.
It's just hilarious to see some of that stuff. Like people personally, like I see them post certain things to get Falcon fans riled up, and you can clearly see the thought behind it. I'm sure the person's like, "Watch this. I'm gonna post Aaron Donald's coming to the Falcons for $300 million. And watch what the Falcon fans are gonna say." And as soon as you hit send, like 1 million people, SDFU, get out of here, cut your head off. Can't wait to find you, beat you up. It's all over the place, man. I mean, I understand how we are right now, Falcon fans. We want any bit of news that's coming our way. Because the days are closing in for the free agency and the tagging of some players. So there's going to be some news dropping. But for y'all just to dwell on them Facebook group posts, and they going in too, buddy. You should see it. 500 comments on there, boy, going in.
That's crazy.
But Falcon fans doing what Falcon fans do. Of course, they just love hearing anything that's Falcons related, so that's pretty cool to hear. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Before we get to some NFL news, Bodie, you saw that Jake Paul fight today?
I saw the highlights. I did.
And Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury?
Yeah, and he faced a real boxer, and the real boxer won.
Tommy Fury won. I was surprised. I was sitting there watching, like, so when is the rigging going to happen? Like, when is it? Like, how does it happen? Because you see, like, a couple times Jake's, like, clinching with Tommy, and it's like, what are you telling them, Jake? When is it going down? Let me know.
Folks running with this. Everything has a script now. That's the craziest thing. Everything has a script now.
Well, the script for One Time for the Fans is we're going to get to 500 subscribers this year or more. So hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, Falcon fans. You know we love talking Falcons football. So that's our script. 500 subscribers or more. The script tonight for Jake Paul was to apparently lose the match. It wasn't no rigging in that. Tommy Fury put the pause on him and came out with the W. So I don't know what happens after that. I guess they said now he has to fight this KSI or some YouTuber, some other YouTuber. I don't know what's going on. YouTube boxing is just taking over.
He's going to go back to fighting another YouTuber so he can try to beat him. Yeah, whatever. I guess he's the most YouTube experienced fighter. He fight other YouTubers and other people who don't box.
You should have seen the way he was carrying on after that win. He was like, yeah. I was thinking, like, you just won the title? What title did he win? He didn't win no title. He just beat Jake Paul. But he was just going from rope to rope, jumping on the rope. Yeah, I'm going crazy. I would have been like, man, just give me my check and let me get the hell up out of here.
Exactly.
Flew all the way to Dubai for this.
Didn't ask for this.
Star-studded audience, too. Cristiano Ronaldo, a couple other celebrities, Tyson Fury, those type of people. You know what I mean? But it's a little crazy. Falcons, let's get to it, bud.
Let's do it.
I don't know where to pick up. I don't know where to start. Let's go with Daniel Jeremiah, Falcon fans. Let's chime in. I know Falcon fans is here in the chat, so let's get to them before we talk about Daniel Jeremiah's 2.0 mock draft. You know what they're doing nowadays? These journalists are putting out different, numbers on the mock, like mock 1.7, mock 2.3. They try to scare you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to say this is the official mock. They just throwing a bunch of names out there, just like Falcon fans do, just like all journalists do. You're going to throw a different bunch of names out there due to the position groups of wherever the Falcons need, to strengthen up, or whatever the free agency looks at, wherever your offseason is going to go. People names around. So we'll talk about what Daniel Jeremiah said. But Deshaun is up in here. He said, my waist bone's connected to my hip bone. My hip bone's connected to my thigh bone. My thigh bone's connected to my knee bone. My knee bone's connected to my hard. Deshaun's up in the chat, man. Always good to hear from Falcon fans. Deshaun's up in here. Watch out for them silk stories, too. Them Deshaun silk stories. You never know when that's going to hit the airways soon. But right now, it's look like it's about to start taking off. The silk stories from Deshaun Coswell. Drake True statements up here. Said, my Dirty Bird brothers and family, what's going on? Rise up. Ready for some Atlanta Falcons off-season football. I know, Drake. Aren't we all?
Already, man. Already.
Aren't we all?
Welcome back, Drake.
Falcon fans, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button. Bubba Gump's back up in here with us.
What's good, Bubba Gump?
Bubba Gump.
What's cracking?
Give me shrimp. Bubba Gump. Jeremiah Weems up in here. He said Falcons. Falcons all day.
All day. Every day.
It's what it's all about. Lisa Shepard's up in here. She said, hey, y'all, let's talk about it. We are going to talk about it. Lisa Shepard, grab your pen and grab your paper because you're going to talk some Falcons football. Carrie's up in here with us. She said, what's up, Falcons fan? That intro beat is fire. Yeah, we got to change it up, though. It's been almost a year. It's been almost some years. So shout out to Lee Thomas from Mastermind Music Group, Tailgate Party Committee, who we had on the show last year. And we also worked with as well with the Rise Up Tour. Shout out to everybody from the Rise Up Tour. So I got to holler at Lee Thomas and see what we can get cooking. Plus, we had a lot of special guests. We got some more special guests coming up. Maybe I can get some drops. Maybe I can get some drops from some Falcon players or something like that. Like, yeah, man, you start checking in with AJ Terrell, big dog, you know what I mean? So I never know what can happen here on One Time for the Fan. But y'all seen over the year, we're always here to surprise y'all and give y'all an entertaining, good time, content, whatever it is y'all looking for when it comes to the Falcons. You know, us podcasters, me, Bodie, Chase, Boo Man, Dez. Y'all remember Dez? Whenever we find him, he is available to help us out. But he'll be back during draft night. Lowski is in the building. He said, "Suns out, guns out, baby." Real Scott Steiner mode. God, boy, you're looking like Michael F. Jordan. Jeez.
Yeah.
Black Panther 4 or Creed 7. Can't wait for both of those movies, man. We talking about 2030. By the way, them things looking like. They love doing these, you know, sequels and so forth. Nadia, I just saw the other day, Fast and the Furious 15 is coming out. I said, when the hell I could have sworn Dom was last in the ocean, or I don't know what the hell he was.
They said they bringing Paul Walker back. I'm like, okay.
Jeez. Rest in peace. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Philip Crawford's up in here. Philip loves stirring the pot with Falcons fans. You should hear it. It's hilarious. He said, "Yo, I asked this question in another group. Who would you start next year if you had to choose between Stetson Bennett or Ritter?" Now, Philip Crawford, you love stirring the damn pot.
Hey, that's funny.
And you know we some goddamn dog fans. I'm gonna put on my damn dog voice talking to you out here, though, Philip Crawford.
You already know.
I'm a diehard Desmond Ritter fan. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm a diehard Desmond Ritter fan. I'm gonna tell you right now. You talking about go dogs, baby. You talking about them dogs. Now you talking about Stetson Bennett. Falcons draft Stetson Bennett. You best believe I'm gonna be there with my Stetson Bennett shirt. You best believe that.
Yeah.
I done seen the national championship. I was there. I done seen it. But nah, real talk. Whoever gets the job done, I'm all for it. I told y'all they can sign me tomorrow. Be aware of it. Jack Spade has been signed to the Atlanta Falcons.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out.
But Bodie, Stetson Bennett or Ritter? Who you riding?
Right now, Ritter. But I take Stetson and they can compete in camp, and we'll see how that goes. You know, Stetson got a special place in my heart. It's just right here.
Stetson brought me back-to-back national championships. It's a different story, y'all. I gotta understand.
A little tear came down my face, bro. I'm sitting there, scored that touchdown, had no emotion, just this.
And y'all gotta understand, like, for me, I work with some fans of, you know, all sports, and they're not big fans of the Falcons. So anytime the Falcons do something wrong, it's like, the Falcons lost, and I gotta hear it. And I hear it for years. Boy, that year I came back from the Super Bowl, boy, I heard that shit every single day for at least 2-3 years straight. Like, no, such and such. That's why you're 23 ass. And I was
23, 23.
This is sad.
Don't keep saying it.
But
keep saying it.
You know, we got the dogs to pick up for some of the shit the Falcons do wrong. It's like, what can you say?
Yeah, I can talk your ish now.
Past really couple years as a United Braves Dogs fan has been a success for me.
Yeah.
But I understand what it is with the Falcons. But we going back to the playoffs this year, so I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, we definitely going back.
Agree or disagree, Falcons fans, we going back to the playoffs this year. This is it. We're done with the at 500 at week 6 type shit. We're going back to the playoffs. Hit the like button if you like that. Hit that share button if you really like that. The Loach is up in here. Say, what's up, my guys? What's good?
What's cracking, y'all?
Dan Burst, we're going to get on the show here shortly. One time for a lifetime. What's good, fellas? What's good? Power rankings.
Hey.
See you on Tuesday, Dan. The Loach said my Vipers looking bad right now. The XFL?
XFL? Sheesh.
The Vipers?
What city is that? I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be funny. I don't know.
Hey, Siri. Sheesh. Bodie, put the guns away, bro, before you get arrested. Sheesh. God.
Jack could never.
That boy looking like Schling Slames in here, boy. We out shooting Baby Boy 3. Jeff Wolf is up in the building. Said BZ in the minor leagues. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit them questions. Y'all got some questions for us tonight? We're going to talk about it because I want to talk Falcons football with every single Falcon fan in here. And we got some more stuff going on here shortly. Being a fan, content creator of the Falcons is always ongoing. It's a great feeling. It's a truly great feeling because we have some information coming out this week coming from the Falcons. We know something's about to happen. We know it. It's the end of the February. They have until March 7th to do this tagging stuff in the NFL. And that goes to the situation about Lamar we're going to talk about here shortly too. So get ready for what we're going to get to. I can't wait for the news. Big offseason for our Falcons for free agency. Right. Can't wait to see what Terry Fontenot does. Don't forget, Terry Fontenot will be speaking shortly at the Combine coming up. The Combine starts too as well this week, which is going to be pretty big. So Falcon fans, you get a lot of somebody you're going to see on NFL Network is going to be an Atlanta Falcon come draft day.
Yep.
So if you're tuned in, be tuned in, because what we're doing this week is covering that Combine so we can get ready for next Sunday, because we coming in here with numbers and names.
Mm-hmm. Jalen Carter. Shit, I hope
Jack, people losing their effing mind over this one position. It's like the crack epidemic all over again, the way they feeding for some Falcon news. I'm telling you, man, look at most of the groups. You go in there and post Lamar Jackson's the Falcon and watch what's going to happen. 100,000 comments, 25,000 likes, a bunch of mean faces.
Yeah. You'll be like, fuck this team. Some folks will be like, yeah. And it's just going to be crazy.
I just sit back and just scroll. Most of the time, I'm waiting in the queue in Warzone.
I hate rumors. I don't like listening to rumors.
Brad be like this. Okay. We in the lobby? Okay. All right, what we dropping into? I ain't finna reply to that doggone comments people arguing and all this stuff. Tag me on some important positive shit. But you tagging me on some, hey, Jack, come on, let's get this guy. It's 2-on-1. Say, bro, I'm like 11th right now, and we got 4 right over here by the banks. So I'm going to hit you back in a minute.
Thanks.
Gotta love those video games. Oh, I missed the fight. I'm not a Jake Paul fan, but I have to check out the highlights just to see my boy Ronaldo in the audience. Yeah, Ronaldo was in there. And Kerry, you're a big soccer fan. Of course, me and you are big Manchester City fans. So it was cool to see some stat line from Ronaldo this week when they posted it on his position right now with Al Nassr. So it was like goal, assist, goal. That was like Al Nassr's like past 9 goals. It's all Ronaldo, or he has something to do with it. So I'm guessing what they paid for him is paying off right now, because Ronaldo is a fantastic player, and he's at the point right now. He's playing soccer in Saudi Arabia. Like, come on, guy.
Ronaldo speaking Chinese arithmetic right now.
Yeah, this is called soccer, buddy. It's another sport. Jermaine Living Life Davis, Ritter hashtag. You already know what it is. Trillin Banks said, what up, my brother? Rise up. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it.
Rise
Daniel
up,
Jeremiah is talking mock, but he's not talking official mock. He's talking another piece of, unofficial mock to get Falcon fans riled up. You want to know why? Guess what he said. This is the mock 2.0. I'm sure next week we're going to have mock 4.5. Jesus Christ. Daniel Jeremiah said, Jalen Carter, number 1. Falcon fans, let's talk about this. Let's go draft. Combine is coming up. We're going to get some key important dates here shortly that you need to know about, because this week a lot is happening in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And a lot has to do with that guy in Baltimore. And we're going to get to that. Y'all want to hear this. Mm-hmm. Daniel Jeremiah said Jalen Carter, first pick off the board. Bryce Young, second pick off the board. Alabama quarterback going to the Texans. They're in need of a quarterback. We do know that. The shakeup for me comes when Houston hits the board, because I think Will or Jalen goes first. All the talk about this guy moving up and this guy moving up is bullshit. It's Jalen Carter or Will Anderson off the board first for the Bears, because if they're rocking with Fields like we think, and they got rid of Robert Quinn, they got rid of Khalil Mack a couple years ago, they got rid of doggone Roquan Smith. They ain't got nobody on defense, bro. I'm looking at Carter or Anderson first. So I'm agree with Jalen with Daniel Jeremiah here. 1, 2, Carter Young. 3, this is where the shakeup happens. Tyree Wilson at 3. This is the combine you want to watch this week. Shout out to Coy Bishop in the chat.
Okay.
You want to watch this combine this week because somebody's moving up and somebody's moving down.
Yeah.
From these position numbers that Daniel Jeremiah and Ian Rappaport and Mel Kiper, somebody's moving up, somebody's moving down. To see Tyree Wilson at 3 is big, because Falcon fans need to be talking about this. He's on our radar too. If you're going over your draft, your mock draft and you don't have Tyree Wilson on there, I don't know what you're looking at. He's on my mock draft. Not saying he's official. I'm saying he's one of the names on my list that I can see the Falcons drafting. This is the shakeup, Bodie. Tyree Wilson at 3, CJ Stroud at 4 to the Colts, which is possible because, you hear the story about what the GM said recently. They really like the young quarterback, so they might be going quarterback. It's possible. Will Anderson at 5 to the Seahawks. I mentioned this before. Falcons, if you're not getting up in between 3 and 5, you're probably not getting Carter or Anderson. Anderson's at 5 to the Seahawks. I hope the Falcons get on that phone and call those Seahawks because I'm seeing a lot of drafts, a lot of mock drafts saying that Anderson's going to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You want him, Falcons? You get on that phone. 4, you're hearing from the Colts that they want a young quarterback. At 4, they're probably going to go QB. There would be a shakeup if they go Will Anderson or Jalen Carter if they're still on the board, or go pass rusher, or go offensive tackle because they don't have a quarterback. You trust in Matt Ryan, Colts fans? Probably don't. It's time to turn the franchise around over there in Indianapolis, and the owner already said it. They like the young quarterback. So let's send a young quarterback to Indianapolis. Anderson's still on the board at 5, Bodie. You're picking up the phone and calling Seattle, yes or no?
I'm calling Seattle.
What are you giving Seattle? You're giving them the 8.
Give them 8.
You're going to give them a couple more future picks down the line. It's going to be a second round or another first when they're involved.
Yeah, I'll try seconds first, but I might give them a first next year, maybe.
With the conditional pick from the Jags, I think you have 10 picks, don't you? 9 or 10 picks this year?
Yes, but some of them picks you can't trade, like them extra picks you get. When you lose free agents and you gain them, you can't trade those picks. The compensatory picks, yeah.
Yes. Miles Murphy at 6 to the Lions. How does that hurt us or help us? Miles Murphy is a name that's been on our board since the first day college football ended.
Yeah.
From Clemson.
True that.
Will Levis to the Raiders at 7. A big shakeup. Because here's where another shakeup comes in, Falcon fans. And if you go down to the bins, you're going to put gas in the car. You're going to say, come on, y'all. Put on your Falcons gear. We heading to the bins. Falcons about to trade up and get winners. You're going to get down to the bins. You're going to hear the Falcons select Lucas Van Ness from Iowa. Edge rusher. Watch the combine this week. Lucas Van Ness' name has been called out on social media a lot in the past 2 weeks. From social media alone, his draft stock is rising. From social media alone. And then the combine is this week. I'm not surprised to see Lucas Van Ness as a Falcon because we want an edge rusher. Don't we, Falcon fans? We want an edge rusher.
Absolutely.
It's all going to depend on what we do in free agency, but if we're going defense, we're going edge rusher or you're going cornerback with your number 8 pick. I don't see a safety. I don't see a middle linebacker. I don't see a nose tackle. I see an edge rusher or a cornerback at 8. Daniel Jeremiah saying Lucas Van Ness with the pick. Bodie, are you comfortable sitting here draft night? Falcon fans, are you comfortable sitting here draft night and hearing the Falcons have selected Lucas Van Ness from the University of Iowa? Watch the tape. He's nasty.
He is. He is.
Adrian Hutchinson, J.J. Watt, nasty. How the Falcons will use him, that's not up to me.
Yeah.
But I know you guys are looking for the explosive name. I know you guys are looking for the flashy, sexy pick. Lucas Van Ness' name doesn't come off as the flashy, sexy pick. And then the college, too, as well. We from Atlanta. First thing we finna do is be like, bro, where Iowa at? Cuz them play football. You know your cuz gonna be, cuz we can go down to the bend for this shit, cuz.
Like cuz getting pancake.
Man, cuz, you know how they finna do.
Cuz getting pancake.
Man, cuz finna get lifted off the ground with them boots on.
That?
I can see a roast session to happen once Lucas gets picked. But when you see the kid play, for the real deal hardcore fans of football, when you see the kid play, if he fits into the scheme that Ryan Nielsen and Arthur Smith and Terry and them is putting out here defensively, we can get a 5 to 10 sack guy. He's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Seen the tape. Don't let the school fool you. Half y'all were going from a kid from Life University last year. Where's he from?
You said Life Liberty.
Where is he from?
Liberty.
Liberty.
How you gonna say it?
So don't give me that. We can't get no Iowa kid. Y'all was over here. Y'all was out here doing the doggone Dougie for Cuz from Life from Mercer.
Mercer. ICDC.
Yeah, tripping. Bodie, Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft. Lucas Van Ness. Pass rusher or cornerback for me. I'm not going anywhere else right now. I'm going to say it right now. It's a pass rusher at 8 or you're going to cornerback at 8.
Yeah.
I'm saying it right now. Would you be upset with Lucas Van Ness? Your thoughts on Lucas Van Ness? I mean, he's a freak athlete from Iowa. He's raising up the draft stock. Is it good to go with a guy who most Falcon fans are looking at, like Miles Murphy or Breezes, the kid from Clemson? Or would you rather go with this kid whose draft stock is just rising before he even touched the combine, before he even touches pro day? What's your thoughts on Lucas Van Ness, bro?
Just get a little back story what I got when I looked him up. He was rated a 3-star recruit. He came in as a freshman. He played a lot as a freshman. He had 6 sacks, 7.5 sacks last year, and 6.5 the year before. Let me make sure I got that right. Oh, I'm lying. He had 6 last year and 7 sacks the year before. He's a good athlete, like you said. He's nasty out there, but he's a rising name. He's a name we ain't heard at the top. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's like, who is this? And I'm like the same way. I'm not gonna act like I watched a lot of Iowa football, but I believe there'll be high rises or whatnot, but I don't think the Falcons got a chance. That they don't have they can't take a chance. I mean, we're taking a chance on everybody, but they can't boom or bust. I think a guy like this you could trade back and get if you do that. Because there's too many other coveted big names that people
is around that pick.
Around that pick,
yeah, which is more the flashy, sexy pick that Falcon fans are expecting.
The top 10 is flashy, sexy picks all through there. If you could get somebody to come up and get one of them quarterbacks or one of them corners they want or whatever, you trade back and get your boy Lucas Van Ness. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they feel. I'm not going to sit here and say what they feel or how they feel or whatever. Daniel Jeremiah, guess he does his homework. I'm not going to doubt his knowledge either. I ain't never heard of this guy.
And on his last mock, one of the earlier mocks he had this year, he had us picking the offensive tackle from Northwestern.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
So you see they're throwing around different mocks to get you talking.
Bruh, I don't take...
Which on his mock here... He has the offensive tackle from Northwestern going to the Panthers on the pick after us. And the Panthers picked the tackle last year too as well.
It's so hard. It's so hard to even predict how this draft is going to go because I know the top is going to be crazy from the first pick. Yeah. It's going to be nuts. So it's going to be crazy. So like, it's so hard to predict what we could get. I guess if we stayed at 8, he got us taking this guy. And what did his analysis say when let me go back and look. Yeah, go ahead. Say something real quick.
Yep.
Say something.
As Bodie gets the information excuse me. Damn, that Dunkin' Donuts sweet tea got me fucked up. Padre said, does anyone think the Falcons will have a viable trade down suitors in the upcoming draft? For me, if you don't get your wide receiver 2 in free agency, which the name of T. Higgins and Jacoby Myers and DJ Chark and who else somebody tagged me in the other day? Buddy Robert Woods. You can trade down and go get you know what's a wide receiver name that we didn't talk about in the past couple of weeks who we're not hearing about much right now? The kid from USC. Addison.
Yeah.
Also, Johnston's name too as well. The kid from TCU. It depends on what you're looking for when it comes to your wide receiver too, because you got a big body like Drake over there who's going to be getting a lot of targets this season. Are you looking for a quick, flashy wide receiver? A route running, getting between the scenes type wide receiver? I would say Jordan Addison, but I'm not taking him at 8. I'm trading back. So that would be one of my viable trade suitors going down. Trade back Jordan Addison. Trade back Johnston from TCU. You get your wide receiver too. I think Falcon fans wouldn't be upset with that. You trade back, you're going to pick up some more picks. You're going to pick up some type of leverage from it.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I see the Falcons doing, not trading back for a Lucas Van Ness. Best player available. I trust in what Terry is. And if I do see a trade back, you also have to go off the free agency too. What are we doing in the free agency? If we go and we select corner, safety, linebacker, offensive tackle, offensive guard, center, tight end, and this is all in free agency, who do we not address? Edge rusher. That might be your 8.
Yeah.
Or if you do it the other way, you don't address cornerback and Casey stays. Or let's just say Casey's cut for that extra $5 million. You need a cornerback. Christian Gonzalez is my pick. I'm gonna say right there, Casey gets cut. I'm gonna go with Christian Gonzalez. I'm gonna start looking at every video on Christian Gonzalez there is, and I wouldn't be upset either.
It's like this. I want to say about this pick. It's always one team I see from most drafts that there's always one team that'll come in and it just reach for the stars for a player that they really want to get. They maybe can't trade back or whatever.
That's not best player available. They're reaching for the stars. Yeah, Terry's going best player available. I love hearing what Terry says. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah. Like the Raiders did when they picked Cleveland Farrell, I think 4th or something in that draft. And everybody was like, why are you picking him so early? You could have traded back and got him. You could have whatever. I particularly don't want to be that team because I can't say that worked out for him. It was other teams that did the same thing. You see it I see it in even basketball. I remember a particular moment. I'm fans of a lot of sports. Okay, when the Knicks, I don't know if we got any Knicks fans in here. They picked like Ronaldo Balkman and like
I remember 8, that.
And everybody was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know what I'm saying? I understand it. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, who the F is this guy? But from what Jeremiah is saying, that he expects him to put on a show at the combine. He's gonna start capturing a lot of attention after he tests in Indianapolis. Shoot, he must be running like a 4.4, 300 and whatever pounds he is. He must gonna tear the roof off. Because I can't say that 375. I don't know. I ain't gonna sit here and say he's gonna go top 10, but
the comment on the board is one we need to watch because this little sucker right here, Jeff Wolf, has randomly been accurate since One Time for the Fan podcast has started. All right, the Deion Jones move, the Calvin Ridley move. What else he called out? He called something else out too as well. He's saying now Van Ness was going to shoot into the top 10 after the combine. Once again, I remember I told you social media is already pushing him into like the top 15 right now without him even touching the field.
I wouldn't doubt it. Jeff Wolf, just for clarification, I just want you to know I knew that stuff was going to happen too.
I think we all did. But we do have to shout out to the Falcon fans who just come in the comment section and they stand on what they believe in. And they constantly keep saying it like it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Yeah. So, Falcon fans, this is
they got us getting everybody under
Jeff Wolf.
Folks got us getting from quarterbacks to D linemen to O linemen to freaking everything to random names. Like
just as long as it doesn't say quarterback, I'm not seeing that. Not seeing that when it comes to that draft. Dre said that's why I really don't start doing mocks until after the combine. This happens every year. Some freak athlete stands out and guys start to move up and guys start to move down. That is true. The Drake London news for me, if I remember correctly, last combine didn't come out until well after the combine. I remember targeting Kayvon Thibodeau. I believe it was. Kayvon Thibodeau, and there was one other name I kept looking at. I can't remember, but Kayvon Thibodeau was one of the names I kept calling out, like, this is him. This is the guy. It has to be. And sure enough, it wasn't.
It was going to be, but he got drafted, probably.
Van Ness is no slouch. Wouldn't be mad if he wrecks at the combine. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of people in here that know about Van Ness from college.
Trust
and
me,
I'm not
I got my notepad.
Guy, but yeah.
I got my notepad. I'm gonna be watching. I might be a little SEC biased too, but I'm open for the best move for this team.
One time for the fan, Life University. They wanted him.
Terrible. The hell is Life University?
They wanted him, and I remember that Bears game too when we played him this year. Everybody was standing up. Oh, he's running! He lost. What's good, Ramel? What's good?
What's cracking, dog?
We're gonna get to these comments here in a minute because we have a lot to go over here tonight. We want everybody to be included on One Time for the Fan. Some key important dates: NFL Combine, March 28th. I'm sorry, February 28th to March the 6th. Bodie, February 28th, if I'm not mistaken, that's Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah.
Combine is here, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Terry Talks Tuesday. So we will come back in here on next week Sunday and give you some information on what Terry's saying. Remember, you got to read between the lines with Terry. Got to read between the lines, dog. Terry's not playing, dog. And Terry Fontenot, I want to challenge you to a sneaker battle too. Next time I see you, I'm going to challenge you to a sneaker battle. I'm telling you right now.
You be asking for these L's, don't you?
Just letting you know, Terry. Got it. It's on the way.
Terry,
Terry
got
sneaker battle, huh? You know what it is, man. March 7th, prior to 4 p.m. New York time. Deadline for clubs to designate franchise or transition players. Here it is, Falcon fans. This is what I want y'all to hear. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button. We're having a good time tonight. Are we not, Falcons fans? I feel much better. Y'all heard me on Wednesday? I was like down. I'm much better.
And it was in here saying? Talking reckless.
One time for the fan. The 28th is Tuesday. As we go over our calendar here on One Time for the Fan, Wednesday is the 1st. Thursday is the 2nd. Friday, we have the 3rd. And of course, we go into the weekend up until Tuesday next week, which is the 7th, the following week.
Yep. Let me look at the calendar.
We haven't heard anything from the Ravens on Lamar. The information that you keep hearing Stephen A. Smith talked about, and then Ian Rappaport about him turning down the $150 million, and then the $300 million fully guaranteed, and all this. And then Stephen A. said his agent, not his agent, Lamar never said this, and it's a lot going on. But here's what I want you guys to hear, Falcon fans. You have about maybe less than 10 days before we're going to find out any information on Lamar Jackson. Next week's Sunday show could be over what happens this week with the Ravens and Lamar. There's people on both sides of the fence saying Lamar is not going to accept $175 million, $200. He's not accepting that. You're hearing reports that he wants more than what Deshaun Watson got from his deal too as well. Falcon fans, let me tell you something. As I'm hearing all this, and I'm a diehard fan. I'm going to rock with this organization to the day I die. But I'm going to tell you right now, if this is what y'all want, and if this somehow happens that Baltimore doesn't sign this man and the Falcons get into play, y'all finna get this man a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Way more than Matt. Way more than Julio.
Yeah.
Cut the bullshit. Is it to put some fans in some seats or to win some games? If it doesn't work out, you're going to be in the hole for a very long time. There's no beating around this shit. There's no beating around it. You're going to be in the hole for a very long time. Now, I'm telling you right now, I know Terry Smart. I know everybody in that organization who's dealing with every piece of money and finances after that Matt Ryan situation understands what the goal is here in Atlanta. Never to go back down that hole again. But when you got one player who's doing this, Falcon fans, what y'all gonna do next year when doggone Brady come back? No, I'm just playing. What are y'all gonna do next year when some big name star is on the market? If Aaron Donald becomes available, some big outside of Lamar Jackson, this is one player getting ready to take a shit ton of money.
Yeah, but I will say, just to play devil's advocate,
quarterback right now is making less than $6 million,
which is ideal situation.
You can't even compare that shit. That it's like you putting that big ass weight on that damn scale like this. Just there it is. You finna get this man all this money. That's what y'all want, Falcons fans. Y'all want that. I hope the Ravens come out this week before the 7th and say, this is our guy. He's here to stay in Baltimore. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, but the moment that they don't sign this man, oh, shit's about to hit the fan.
Looking kind of rough.
Oh, shit is about to hit the fan. And I'm getting worried every single day that nothing is happening.
Yeah.
But I believe this week we're going to hear something on Lamar.
Listen. This man is his own agent. Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was Uncle Luke was his agent at first.
No, you must be talking about the Devontae Freeman.
Oh, that's free.
God damn, get out. Man, get your ass. No. Anyway. What's wrong with you, bro? This must be the Tito's. Okay, this man is his own agent. Okay. So it's all him. Man, I guess he got people in his ear saying, hey, but this man is his own agent. He's comparing all them other contracts, the Mahomes and all that stuff, and he's looking at them. Even the damn Deshaun Watson contract. He's comparing all that. And I'm just saying, it's good and bad the situation. Good that he's bringing 10 wins plus with him if he comes to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. It's 10 plus wins coming in the door. Mm-hmm. Off rip.
Are you guaranteeing the Super Bowl with that? You're not guaranteed.
We guarantee a Super Bowl with Ritter. Can't. I mean, you can build out the team. True enough, and that's ideal. I'm just saying. I'm not playing this. I'm just playing both parts because we got to look at it from both sides. I'm on the Ritter train. I don't want our money to disintegrate either. But man, bringing 10 wins in with him, Yeah, we if we sign him, we have a little money. We probably sign one guy and some other pieces, but
they ain't gonna have enough to sign me. They ain't gonna have enough to sign me. They sign Lamar.
That's sign you just give you $10 an hour. Anyway, but look, it's like this. Like you said, every day that passes is bad. It's getting worse and worse. A quarterback of that stature, he would have either had his long-term extension already, or they would have tagged him already instantly when they could have, or it's just looking bleak. Like it's looking bleak. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Is he gonna accept the tag?
Hell no. He's not planning on a tag. The only reason they're tagging him is to trade him. So they can have him under some kind of contract and then move him so he can go sign his contract with the other team. Whatever.
Does it worry you that no other team that you're hearing about in the media right now at this moment is in the Lamar Jackson pool other than the Falcons? If they find out that Lamar's not going to be a Raven, it all comes down to what happens in Flowery Branch, which I believe a team like the Titans would sneak up and get him. They're not on Malik. They're not stuck on Malik. They're not.
No. He was like a 4th round draft pick.
Josh Dobbs finished the rest of the season, and Tannehill's probably going to hit the door. They just made almost 26 million in almost less than 4 hours clearing cap. Could be to rebuild the team, possible. But I see a sneaky team like Tennessee sneaking in there to get him. I see a sneaky team like even Seattle, some way, somehow, to come in there and get him too as well. I just don't see the Falcons doing it. But Bodie, does it concern you that no other team is being talked about linked to Lamar outside of the Falcons? Nobody else. Every journalist is photoshopping
saying
his jersey
Falcons
on the damn
because
thing.
Falcons got the most money, and they once had a black quarterback that used to run around all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's just an attractive destination for Lamar in that aspect. Do I want that? Is that ideal situation? Not really.
You're talking about 50 million, at least north of 50 million plus per year.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot. They have a couple other meals.
Y'all gonna give this man 50 plus 60, 70 million a year, Falcon fans, and y'all don't want me at quarterback?
I'm just saying,
I can throw it on the run.
If please stop. If Deshaun Watson is getting guaranteed, how much was his contract?
280.
280 guaranteed.
Which they're now sitting in 54 million dead cap, I believe, up until 2026.
Up until every year is 54 million dead cap every single year because his whole contract is guaranteed.
Don't let Cleveland have 4 losing seasons at 2026. Guess what Deshaun's gonna do?
But that's a cap for your
You're
ass.
Gonna love that, Browns fans. You're gonna love this in 26.
You thought Matt Ryan's dead cap was huge.
Wait till you hear one time for the fan in 2026 when we go over what the hell just happened in Cleveland. Wait till you hear this.
Shit, it's gonna be like 2025 because they're gonna have a whole year dead cap of $54 million. But yeah, it's just sticky. It's a sticky situation. I don't know. It's gonna be upwards of 54 if he trying to ask for 300 mil. So yeah,
Falcon fans, why we talked about this? Because March 7th is right around the corner. And I ain't talking this is January 1st versus March the 3rd. No, this is the 26th of February, and March 7th is right around the corner. Not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. There's only one time for the fan podcast in between that time. So we might have to do a pop-up show on March the 7th if we hear anything coming through the wire about Lamar, because we want this to go. We talked about it the other day, Bodie, with Chase. We want this to be put to bed.
Yeah, I want a resolution too.
And we're going to find out about this in less than 10 days if it's going to be put to bed or not. And I'll welcome him. He comes to the Falcons, and I'll welcome him.
And, yeah, by then, yeah, he'll be on somebody's team before free agency's over, probably. He'll be at the Ravens or somebody else.
I'll be right there, first day training camp, open to the public, with the ball in hand, like, look, Lamar, look what I can do. March 15th.
Like, I ain't come here for 300 mil to see this shit.
March 15th is also a big date. Kiara says she can't wait to throw her draws at Jesse Bates.
Hey.
She said today on her post, why can't the Falcons just sign this man today? God damn it, Kiara, don't get Terry in trouble for tampering. What are you doing? March 15th is the date. The video that you guys saw a couple of days ago, with Bates hanging out in Atlanta with, I believe it was Pitts and Terrell.
AJ, yeah.
Yeah, whoever else, his agent. Mm-hmm. Is that significant for us? Probably so, because of the fact that we talked about it here on One Time for the Fan during the season of Jesse Bates. We've been mentioning his name for months here on the podcast. I will go back and find it for you and show you during the season when I mentioned we have to go after a guy like Jesse Bates in the offseason. And now we are days away from that too as well if he's going to be an Atlanta Falcon. Bodie, your thoughts on Jesse Bates? March 15th is the free agency move. So we are pretty much 2 weeks and some change out from that happening. This is about to get crazy.
Yeah, it's about to get crazy real soon. I know this period is like kind of dry, but free agency get popping. Hell, even this week. This week is when it's get popping because we're going to see all the college kids.
The tags.
And, all the tags. We're going to see the combine. We're gonna see all the college kids. Yeah, so this is the week. All right, now I've got my notepad out. Be writing shit down. We're looking over shit. We're gonna come back. We're gonna be ready. It's about to get rolling. About to get real.
Falcon fans, this is a great time right now if you are a diehard fan, because you can go and sit down and watch some combine this week. I'm telling you, a player that you're going to see on your screen is going to be a Falcon.
Thanks.
Take your notes. You don't have to be in Indy to find out what's going on. Mm-hmm. You can do it from your couch. The same shit we finna do this week. I'm finna be sitting there watching every single player in this combine for whatever video they give, whatever type of footage.
Yeah.
From the bench to the reps to the 40, everything. even when Pro Day comes up, because I'm telling you, we want to be behind every single Atlanta Falcon or every single player that's getting ready to be drafted by the Falcons. And watching NFL Network coming up this week, I'm finna see somebody. Somebody's gonna be putting on that Falcon jersey coming up during the draft. And I know it's about to happen. I know it's about to happen. What name will it be? We'll find out. Falcon fans love talking Falcons football with y'all. So don't forget 2 key important dates. The tag, March the 7th. That's the deadline. Days away. What are they going to do with Lamar Jackson? What are they going to do with Caleb McGarry? We didn't talk about that yet. No news about Caleb McGarry. Falcon fans are waiting. Oh, the deal is coming. Here it comes. It's days now. Yeah. What are we doing? We re-signed Parker Hesse and Liam McCollum. Yeah, and shout out to Parker Hesse because he was a solid blocker in our run game. Falcons know what they're doing. Parker Hesse was one of the first re-signs. And you should have seen Twitter light up when Parker got re-signed. Thank you.
Yeah, because he was a big part of that run game. Blocked his ass off. Shout out to Parker.
One time for the fan. You know we love talking Falcons football, man. You know we love talking Falcon football. We got a couple more things to go over before we get up out of here. What we got, Padre? What's up, Padre? Chat going crazy too as well. Shout out to the chat tonight. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We run the comments up. Every time we come in here, we run the comments up. Bring your questions. Don't forget, we got our Facebook group, One Time for the Atlanta Falcons. Search it on your Facebook search bar, One Time for the Atlanta Falcons. We just love talking Falcons football. No matter what time it is, we just love talking Falcons football. Padre say, Jack and Bodie, I heard that Country Hammy, Big Low Country, will be battling Ritter this offseason for QB1. Can you confirm? Well, here on One Time for the Fan, here's the good thing about it. We can call him and find out. Live on air. Live on One Time for the Fan. We're going to call the man himself. Find out. See what's going on. Can he confirm?
What in the world, Bo?
What in the world, Bo? You live on air, Bo?
I'm live on air.
Yeah, Bo. So Padre wants to know, with your hamstring injury due to the 40, are you still battling Ritter for QB1? Because I just told everybody I can throw 80 on the run.
You can throw 80 on the run?
Yeah.
Man, that's good, but it's not good enough because I can slang 85 on my heel.
Sheesh.
Shit.
Lord. So can we see you in the Mariota documentary on Netflix?
Nah, man. We recorded. I've actually started recording the door.
Sheesh. Season 2's already out?
Yeah. Country Boy, the
QB1. Padre, there you go. Confirmed. Live on One Time for the Fan. Big Low Country Sports battling Ritter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, look, moving forward, I ain't got nothing but love for Ritter and everything, but to a certain extent, I'm gonna be considered a rookie myself.
40 Big Country, what was your 40 time? What was your 40 time? Hey, Big Country, I'm gonna hit you back in a minute, man. We're gonna finish this show. Thanks for picking up, big dog. What in the world, bro? That right there is Big Low Country Sports, y'all. Also, Rise Up Tour administrator too as well. Big Low Country is doing a lot for his channel. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Big Low Country Sports, but also for us over at the Rise Up Tour, we made Big Low an admin of our team, and since then the ideas and the suggestions and just the motivation that's coming out from Big Low is helping us just be stronger. Once again, Rise Up Tour, we started with 2 members, and now we're over almost 1,100 members in our away game Falcons travel group. So we have a great, strong team of administrators who's doing the best we can to make sure that your experience on away games is great. Bodie, you've been to New Orleans this year. You saw the Rise Up Tour rocks. We take over every city. We take over any area we go to. And we have a lot planned this year, too, as well. Don't forget, we're going to Arizona. We're going to New York. We're going to Tennessee. We're going to Jacksonville, Carolina, Chicago, Detroit, Stinky Town, and Tampa. So be prepared for that. Rise Up Tour. It's on Facebook. Look out for that. Rise Up Tour. Big shout out to Big Little Country Sports. We're going to get to some Falcons free agents here before we wrap up the show. Joseph Avery's here with us. It's good to talk to Joseph Avery. He said, hey, fellas, how y'all be? Do y'all think we should go heavy on defense the first 2 rounds or at least the first round? I say the offense is not really a priority, but the defense is. What y'all say? Y'all are the experts. Go Falcons. Terry's the expert. I'm just here to expert the expert. So, for me, as a diehard fan, what I want to see, and Bodie, you can chime in on this too as well, because we love talking with the Falcon fans here. Mm-hmm. It happens, and I'm going to say this again because the question's going to happen. It's going to pop up again, and I have no problem saying this. What's going to happen in the free agency and the offseason is going to determine your draft, and we know this. Absolutely. Even though there's going to be some moves made after the draft, we know this. Mm-hmm. But leading up to the draft, if you're going to go select a wide receiver 2, let's just say you get T. Higgins. He's your wide receiver 2. Let's just say you re-sign Olami. He's going to be your wide receiver 3. Now you have your 3 wide receivers in the building. You can spend a 4th or a 5th rounder to go get on your backups for however you want to go about that. Let's just say you go draft, you go sign a solid tight end 2, a Mike Gesicki. Let's just say you sign him from Miami. Let me say. Now you have Pitts, you have Gesicki, right? Let's just say you go sign another tight end. Now your tight ends are locked. You're not going to draft a tight end in the first round. You're not going to draft a wide receiver in the first round. So it knocks out the position groups of what you need. Running back. A lot of people are saying Bijan Robinson. I'm talking about boy. You want to stir some trouble on Twitter? Say Falcons are drafting Bijan Robinson at 8 and watch what's going to happen. And make sure you put hashtag Falcons too so it can get across the forum and the boards. There's a lot of people that's heavy on Bijan at 8. A lot of people. They want that 2-headed monster in the backfield. But let's just say you don't go Bijan at 8. Let's just say you go get a free agent running back, a Jared McKinnon or something like that. Let's say you go get a Mostert or somebody from Miami or something. Raheem. Let's just say then you get your running back room settled. You don't need a running back at 8. Look at the moves they're going to make. Don't forget about the re-signs. Let's just say they re-sign enough to rebuild back their line. They're not going to draft an offensive tackle or guard at 8. What position group they're going to be missing coming up to that draft is going to be your best player available. If you do everything, and we said it earlier, Bodie, if you do everything and don't have a Casey Hayward, and you didn't go get a solid franchise cornerback outside of AJ Terrell, you're going to go get a cornerback at 8.
Looking that way.
I don't see middle linebacker. I don't see one middle linebacker right now that's 8 for us. No. I don't see a safety who's 8 for us. Yeah. I don't see a nose tackle who's 8 for us, nor do I see a guard who's 8 for us. I will say you might get a tackle at 8 if you don't re-sign McGarry. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing wrong with going with a rookie right tackle if your offensive line is that good. If this guy is that solid to be a number 8, there's a reason why he's 8. So look at that, Falcons fans. Think about what Joseph Avery's saying right here. Should we go defense the first 2 rounds? I said it before. The first 4 picks, I would love to see 3 defense, 1 offense. But then again, I'm not in the war room. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean the first 3 picks have to be defense. You can go defense, offense, defense, or defense, offense, defense. I don't care. But out of the first 4 picks, I want to see 3 defensive players off the board. Bodie, that's my rant for Joseph Avery. Do you see us going defense in the first 2 rounds? Do you want us to go defense in the first 2 rounds? Or is it truly what Terry's building in the offseason, and then we'll get to the draft?
That's what's been killing us is secondary and pass rush. Those should be the 2 priorities right there. That's another question. We'll answer that in a minute.
Yeah. I got the date.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That should be the 2 most priorities. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't veer from that. Now, we might go get a Daron Payne. Okay, we covered one right there. And then whatever. I mean, I don't see any good corners. So if we get a good defensive lineman out of the free agency, there are a lot of good corners in this draft and a worthy pick.
There's
worthy to be picked.
There's 3 top 15 corners in this draft.
Yeah,
3.
So that's a good spot to pick a corner. Just depends on how free agency is it's got so much to do with what we do in free agency. I don't see us picking offense in the first round unless McGarity goes, like you said, which that'll be a choice to make too, because you got to pay him.
Yeah,
you got to pay him, but I think they will sign him back. He's not going to break our bank, and we'll still be able to get other guys. And that's leading into Lisa's question: why have we cut Mariota? Because we have he has a deadline to cut him.
I believe it's March the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. The bonus is due.
He'll be cut before then.
I wouldn't be surprised if we finish this podcast and then Mariota is cut.
Don't you worry. His ass is out of here.
It's gonna happen. You ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You just gotta sit there and wait for the time.
It's coming.
It's gonna happen. And I'm gonna be driving a moving truck. I'll let you know why.
I'll get Uber driver.
I'll let you know why I dropped the U-Haul truck off at. But yeah, Mariota is getting cut.
Yeah, he's getting cut. But yeah. So first, yeah, defense is priority. We're gonna cover D line and corner or secondary and as a whole, because we need safety help, we need corner help, and we need pass rush help. D line pass rush. Mostly, I mean, you can go D line with the pass rusher because you got a Deron Payne who does both, or you can get a damn solid ass D lineman. Like it's hard to tell. It's early. I want to see it in the future so bad and see what we're gonna do, but just wait a couple weeks.
Here's the cool thing, and of course, what Bodie just said, the most important thing right there at the end. Just wait a couple weeks. We will say in less than 30 days, we have something to talk about.
Oh,
that's what y'all want to hear, Falcons fans. In less than 30 days, we have some new members of the Atlanta Falcons.
Watch out there now.
Want me to zoom in? This shit works. In less than 30 days, there's going to be some new members of the Atlanta Falcons.
You might need to zoom out, boy. Your face looking like, woo.
Too much Warzone. I'm a sniper, so it's like, did he move? That tree doesn't move. That tree doesn't move like that.
Sheesh.
One time for the fan, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. In less than 30 days, there's going to be some new members of the Falcons. Jack, how do you know that? Are you with the organization? No, the key date says March 15th. Free agents are available to be signed.
Yeah.
So not this podcast next Sunday. The following Sunday. Oh, it's about to get crazy.
Yeah, that podcast, that'll be the 12th, I think.
Yeah, because that's going to lead up to the Wednesday that leads.
It's going to lead up to the chaos. It's going to lead up to the madness, the beautiful madness that's going to be free agency.
That's when I got to get somebody here on the podcast to come talk free agency with us, who's well professional in this field. We had to call him Myles Garrett to come help us out. If not Myles Garrett, we can get somebody else. But I got some more people. We have a lot more people coming up here for One Time for the Fans. Shout out to Jabri Harper, who's going to be on the show coming up soon. Shout out to Dan Burse, who's going to be on the show coming up soon. And of course, we have a couple more names that's going to let y'all know. But we love talking Falcons football with all the Atlanta Falcons fans. Jeff Wolf said we need to do a top 5 of who you think the draft and match with which round they are picked. We have a draft show coming up with Big Low Country Sports. That's coming up soon. We'll give you the information on that. We have a draft show with Big Low Country Sports where we'll be talking about the same thing Jeff Wolf just said. And of course, next week, Sunday, be prepared for when we come in this podcast next week. We're dropping names from Combine.
Oh,
we got some names. And you want to hear first round? Now the mock drafts are going to get real good. F all that doggone. I traded this dude and I did. Nah, I don't want to hear that shit. This week, the Combine starts. Shit. Real numbers will be put out there. Yeah. So we're going to start putting some names with some teams.
Yeah, it's going to get real tight. I can't wait.
Ramel said he always want a sneaker battle. He don't want smoke with me, though. God damn it, what I talk myself into now.
Sheesh.
I'll tell you right this when it comes to the sneakers, right? So I got a pretty good collection of sneakers. This little joker right here, he got a pretty good collection of sneakers, but he got like OGs. You feel me? So most of my OGs, I used to wear size 12. I had to sell my OGs because I wear 13 and a half now. What the hell I look like walking around with size 12 Jordan? I wear size 13. I ain't gonna walk around with them damn Mario feet swelling up like my toe, like them red shoes I got walking around.
Red boots.
But when I had all my 12s, I had a nice, crazy collection of 12s where this comment, I'd laugh. Ramel said, what? I'd laugh at this. But now with my 13s, it's a different story. I had to rebuild my collection. So Ramel probably got me. You know what I'm saying? But I got heat.
Your feet grew last year?
I mean, I got over 40-something pairs, but I got heat. But the problem is because of 12 to no. I had pairs from a long time ago, but for some strange reason, when I started realizing, hey, I don't fit the 12s no more, had to go to 13 and had to sell all my size 12s.
Damn, man, we wear the same size. That's crazy.
So I got a sneaker ball coming up. Bodie, we got a sneaker ball coming up in 2 weeks. Crazy. And I'm finna go in there looking fly. Hey, let me tell you something. I don't know how I'm gonna get the footage from y'all from this sneaker ball, but I'm gonna tell you something. It is Falcons related. I'm gonna let you know right now, straight up. But there is a sneaker ball coming up, and Bodie and I will be there, showing off what we normally do, the sneakers. So Ramel, give me a couple weeks, bust your head.
I bust your head.
One time for the fan. You know we love talking Falcons football. Let's get to some free agents here. You're looking for a pass rusher. And Joseph Avery, this is for you. And I also love listening to. I was listening to Alberto's show a couple weeks ago. They was dropping some names too as well for draft too as well. And they got some people they're speaking about. I gotta get Alberto on the show too as well. Matter of fact, his comment. Oh, Alberto's right here too as well. That's what's up. There's some free agent edge rushers right now who we could possibly see in the building coming up soon. And Falcon fans, let's keep in mind here, you're not finna go sign 5 edge rushers. All right? It's not finna happen. So think about how the defensive line is gonna work. You got Grady. Don't forget about your boy Malone. I don't know if they're bringing back Carter. If Malone gets his hand in that dirt, he's coming off the edge. And looking over there at Arnold, you got Arnold too as well. So that puts you at a position of what are you doing with these two guys right here? If you go sign a pass rusher, Samson Ebukam from the 49ers. Marcus Davenport from the Saints.
Yeah.
Yannick Ngakoue from the Colts.
You know what he can do.
Charles Omenhiu from the 49ers. Jadeveon Clowney from the Browns. A big name who I'm heavy on, Arden Key from the Jags. I was heavy on Key when he was drafted, and now that he's a free agent, bring me him. You talking about, I'm gonna use a Dan Quinn line. You talking about fast and physical.
Lord of mercy.
Bring me him. On this list, Arden Key, Brandon Graham.
Old man Brandon Graham.
He's an Eagle for life. He won't leave.
Probably not.
Arden Key, Brandon Graham, and Kyle Van Noy are the 3 names I can see. Cheap deals, decent depth, and they're going to get to the quarterback. They're not going to come over here and get 1 sack. If that is, then this shit is cursed. We're cursed. These guys been doing all this shit for all these years, putting up some numbers and get over here and then do 1 or 2 sacks. So we're just cursed.
Yeah, it's just rough.
But I'm telling you, these 3 names, Arden Key, Kyle Van Noy, and Brandon Graham, are just 3 names that I would love to see here, pass rusher in Atlanta. And it's going to help out a young D'Angelo Malone. It's going to help out a young Arnold Ebiketie. What I say about Arnold Ebiketie earlier this year, he's 1 second away from 10 sacks. 1 second away from 10 sacks. Like, every single time Arnold was there, it was like, up, balls out. Up, balls out. Up, there he goes.
Yeah, every time.
Every
And
single time.
our DN is gonna help him get there. I promise you, because he's a DN. He's a pass rush whisperer. And I'm gonna throw a couple more names out for you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Draymond Jones. I mentioned him.
Draymond Jones. Yep, from Denver.
Yeah, he had 6.5 sacks last year. He's good next to Grady. He's that guy Grady's looking for. I promise you. And Morgan Fox from the Chargers. He had 6 sacks last year.
Mm-hmm.
So those 2 more names. I think we're gonna get a couple of these names in here. Of course, Deron Payne is the guy, but
Payne is the number one target. But right now, Falcon fans, you're hearing a lot about the Commanders saying that they're going to give Payne everything he wants. They're going to tag him, I guess.
They ain't did it yet.
Jesse Bates, we're hearing a lot from the Bengals fan groups that he's out the door.
Yeah.
So one of your big targets who we've been posting about for a while, Jesse Bates, could be a Falcon. That goes over your safety position. Some of these names we just went over: Morgan Fox, Draymond Jones, Kyle Van Noy, Brandon Graham, Arden Key. You got some pass rushers in the building. Now, these are some names that could make your defense a whole lot better.
Easily.
We haven't even been to the secondary yet. We haven't even talked about Patrick Peterson or James Bradbury or the cornerback from Kansas City.
Yeah.
Like, there's some names here that can really bolster this defense. And these are not the flyest and the flashiest and the sexiest picks, but I guarantee you they're going to get to the quarterback and they're going to do what they can to get the job done. Probably way better than what we've been seeing in the past couple of years.
Definitely way better than ain't no problem.
You put these names together: Yannick Ngakoue, Grady Jarrett, Jesse Bates, drafted Christian Gonzalez, another middle linebacker. Now your defense is starting to scare people. You're going to look at the names on the bottom of the screen like, oh, shit, these names.
Yeah. That's how you build out a team.
You want to scare some people before you even touch the field. There's going to be some tackles in the league like, yeah, I played against Buddy before. He a problem.
Yeah. And then
that's what you want.
Like Draymond Jones and Grady. We're like, oh, them two next to each other. Oh, man, you got to pick and choose. You can't double and triple Grady
you
now.
Can't double, triple Grady because Draymond Jones would get to you. And don't forget, that's just in the middle. Who's coming off the edge?
Yeah. And we got some in-house talent already. Like I said, with Malone and A.B. Katie, we hope they develop.
You still got some more names to throw. Maybe Abdullah Anderson, Jalen Dalton. Don't forget about my boy from Texas who got injured. Taquan Graham.
Yeah. Oh.
Shit's about to change around here, Falcons fans, and I'm all for it.
I'm with it. Anything better than that other stuff.
One time for the fan. Love talking Falcons football with y'all. I know Bodie loves talking Falcons football with y'all. Could we talk about it every day in our chat? 95 North Falcons talk show is here. Alberto, what's up? You said, would y'all settle for Jimmy G? If the contract is less than 10 million, sure. I'm hearing north of 25 million, and he wants to be a starter at 35 years old or 33 years old.
He's not that old, is he?
What is he? 30?
He only think he's 30. I have to look it up. But I will say this. No. I wouldn't. Only because, we're going for Jimmy G. We might as well give Ritter a shot. Just give him a shot. I mean, Jimmy G we know what Jimmy G is. He's a solid starter. He'll get you. You got everything else. Is he going
to be there to help Ritter or to just say, hey, man, I'm waiting to come in the game?
If he want to come in.
A quarterback who's going to sit there and say, this guy, wait till he goes down. I'm in the game. I don't need that. I don't need a Ryan Tannehill here. I don't need those type of people. I'm waiting for a guy. A Jacoby Brissett is a name that I want to see.
Jimmy's 31, by the way. But, if Jimmy want to come be a backup, at the right price, of course, I'll settle for him then. But I don't think that's what Jimmy wants. And Jimmy has shown that he can still lead teams. And he's not extravagant and flashy and blah, blah, blah. He's not. He's going to sling it like gunsling it. But, I mean, he's a solid starter. But if we want a solid starter, I think we can develop or at least see if we got that in Ritter first before we go in the Jimmy G bucket, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I'm not ready to kick the can on Jimmy G. I see that there's some other quarterbacks, which I think for Falcon fans who want Lamar, and here's going to be the problem. The Falcon fans who want Lamar, who don't want Ritter. If Lamar doesn't come and we select a guy like Jacoby Brissett, Teddy Bridgewater, backup, Gus, I don't know, the guy with the mustache. you're gonna have Falcon fans now start hating on Ritter because they couldn't get Lamar.
And it's unfair for him.
It's very unfair for
Ritter doesn't
your
deserve
quarterback
that.
because you went through 14 years of Matt. You got the rookie in the building. He's 2-2, 2-0 at home, less than $6 million. You couldn't get your $300 million quarterback, so now you're going to start hating on the kid.
Yeah.
Here comes the backup, Jacoby Brissett, somebody one of the names I guess name, who's going to come in here as a backup, knowing I'm just here to back up the probably future franchise quarterback of this franchise if it goes well. You can have a lot of fans upset at that.
Yeah.
Very much so upset. And for me, it's just like, just support who the Falcons have here in the organization. But you're going to get some people very upset that Lamar didn't come to Atlanta and we're stuck with Ritter.
Hey, that's on them. That's something they got to fight with themselves, okay? They're going to be a fan or they ain't. Like, you just got to really think about the logic of the situation and what's going on, okay? We don't get him. We got Ritter, and we go with Ritter. You support Ritter. That's what fans do. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and that's the thing. And like I was saying, one more time for the Jimmy G stuff. Yeah, what's up, John? One more time for the Jimmy G stuff. Like I said, if you're thinking about Jimmy G, you better off just getting a couple more weapons on offense and just riding it out with Ritter. That's how I feel. So
if Jimmy G is who you want to be your starting quarterback, we're perfectly fine with Ritter right now. If that's going to be your MO, like, oh yeah, Jimmy G, oh yeah, we'll definitely win with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's battle tested, been to the playoffs, the championship, the NFC championship. Did he go to a Super Bowl? I can't remember.
Yeah,
he did, right? He did. Yeah,
he won one, didn't he? With Brady. It's so long time ago.
He won one with Brady. That shit don't count. But
yeah.
He didn't.
They lost the one with San Fran versus Kansas City.
Yeah, he was the starter in that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We're going with, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. I'll stick with Ritter.
One time for the fan.
What in the world, Bo?
Terrell Johnson, Big Low Country Sport, Joseph Avery, Lisa Shepard, Carrie, Bridges up in the building, Jeff Wolf, Coy Bishop's up in the building, the Archangel is up in the building, Drake True Statements up in the building. We have a lot of Falcon fans here. Padres up in here, 95 North. We're talking Falcons football because we love talking Falcons football. Terrell Johnson said, did they cut Marlon Davidson yet? Sheesh.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Ooh.
Yeah, hey, Terrell, what you doing, man? Going back to the time machine? I got something for you. I ain't worried. I'm pulling up. Send me the sneaker ball info. Private event. You think you're gonna come in there and dust me?
He said,
event that I was invited to. You gonna come in there and dust me?
That's some crazy shit.
Arden Key could be a sneaky good depth guy. Remember this too, Dre. If you're rotating all these players in and out, you're not going to go with 4 or 5 pass rushers. So let's just say they do go select 2 pass rushers in the free agency. They bring back Tyquan Graham. Now you got Malone, you got Ebiketie, you got Arnold Key or Arden Key, Yannick Ngakoue, Tyquan Graham, Grady Jarrett. Let's just say you go get your nose tackle. You're swapping all these people along the line. So now you're finna go draft a rookie pass rusher, and he's finna start. Yannick ain't coming over here for no 1-year deal. We got money here. I'm trying to bring in some Arden Key. I need Arden Key here for 3 to 4 years. I need Yannick here for 3 to 4 years. I need Brandon Graham here for 2 to 4 years. I don't need no more 1-year deals from our pass rushers. I need guys like when Grady looking across, he looking at me like, bro, I'm here for the next 80-something games, dog. I'm here with you. I ain't here for no goddamn 10 games and I'm out the door. He is going to be a good sneaky depth guy, but also could Arden Key become a starter in this defense? You still got 2 young guys on the edge. Yeah. I just don't see them loading up on pass rushers, like getting 3 pass rushers in free agency and then drafting one. I don't see that.
No, because we got 2 young ones with Grady and others. You know, we got some development pass rushers. We can get maybe 1 or 2 more, and then some cornerback and safety help, and then that's where we'll go.
And another thing too, before we get ready to wrap this up, look at what's going to happen in the next couple of days with the re-signs. because we got 2 already. We got Liam and we got Parker. There's more re-signs on the way, and I think we're going to get some this week. If you see Jalen Dalton come back, if you see Timothy Horn come back, if you see Tyquan Graham come back, start setting up your roster boards and start circling where best player available. Get into the mind of the great Terry Fontenot. Where is the best player available? Start picking it. Parker Hesse came back. That means your tight end 3 is taken care of?
Yeah.
Was he 3 or 4? He was 3.
He'd probably be 3 because he's blocker.
Because Pruitt was 2. And French was like 2. 7. So if he's 3, so who's going to be your tight end 2? Are you going to re-sign Pruitt, or are you going to go out there and find one? Because you got your blocking tight end back.
I'm good with Pruitt, honestly.
You got your long snapper back. You got your long snapper back. Remember he beat out Bo Brinkley last year? He got your long snapper back.
He did beat out Bo Brinkley.
Start circling your roster boards of where is the best player available. Every day the Falcons do something, add it to your board and say, what are they doing? It's like NCIS, right? You looking at the board like, where's the dealer's going to go next? I don't know. Just park the van over there by the bank.
Yeah, sure. Follow the trail.
Follow the trail. The reason why we haven't spoken about the Deron Payne news too as well is because we wanted him here. We want him here. But Washington's like, look, bro, I know every team in the league want this guy. We're finna give him everything. Washington's first priority is Deron Payne.
Washington ain't showed me shit yet. I ain't lost hope. He coming.
Yeah, hitting on some good names. Was high on Draymond out of college. Here's the funny thing. Same like me with Arden Key. Now you're seeing some of these names years ago who are free agents now, and you got the money. It's like, you gotta go get them. You gotta go get them. We could have had them a couple years ago. We messed up our draft picking up some of them other names. If I'm not mistaken, that Maurice Green pick from wherever that kid
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. I forget what round was that? What player?
It was late though. Was it like a 5th or something?
Yeah, but there was a player that was in that same round that ended up being like a decent player, like a solid player in the league. And I was like, hey, I want to go get him.
Let me go look.
Same could be said for the Vic Beasley pick when Gurley came out. Some of these names we remember back in the college times when they were coming out. Now you're like, I wanted that guy. Now you can throw his name out because you got the money to go get him. And these ain't no bad picks, too. Dre called it out. Like we said, Bodie, there's some good names. Morgan Fox, Draymond Jones, Arden Key, Yannick Ngakoue. Every one of these players is going to help your team. Every single one of these players. Don't know who it is in my front door, but sound like DoorDash.
Kind of late.
One time for the fan. About to go ahead and wrap it up. Miss B here. You know we love talking to Bridget. If Ritter is the starter, I hope Falcons fans are patient. It can sometimes take anywhere from 2 to 3 years for a quarterback to fully develop. I don't want to see after 2 or 3 games folks calling to bench him. Oh, they're calling to bench him right now, Bridget. They're calling for that man to be benched right now. And I know there's some Falcon fans out there in some of these groups that, you know, got a platform to speak. And I talk to them too as well. I chat with them every now and then. And I respect everybody's opinion. I understand that y'all want Lamar. I understand that you want to bench Ritter. At the end of the day, we all going to be at the Super Bowl together. When we go, we all going to be at the parade together. That's what it's about. But one thing you don't do is don't turn on your team. Don't turn on your fans. Don't turn on your Falcon brethrens over there. On third down, we all need to be up. I don't give a damn who it is over there in that quarterback. It could be me. I'm finna be over there telling y'all get up on third down.
Yeah.
Sterling Wood said, "What's going on? What's going on?"
Hold on, no. Let me speak on the Bridget thing.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. We already got short patience. Not me. I speak we as in the fan base. We got short patience. Yeah, we know Ritter wasn't the star quarterback coming out of the draft, whatever. If he F's up in the first game, he throw a pick in the first game, like, we're going to be on his ass. That's just what the fan base is going to do. They'll be like, this, that, and the patience won't be there. They expect us to come out the gates slinging and just banging, just throwing 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, like. And he still got to develop. There's a reason I keep saying that he was a 3rd round draft pick for a reason. The second quarterback off the board in the 3rd round for a reason. Now, doesn't mean he's a bust or whatever, but just means that it's got to be developed. And he had all year to look, and right now what not to do. Okay, Mariota, stand that receiver down. Let me not do that. Let me throw it to London more because that's why he's here. Like we got the patience. I can't speak on people and their emotions and whatnot, but I mean, Bridget, you know how it's gonna go. They not gonna be patient as they should be. I don't expect him. I hope he come out the gate just firing, of course, but we gonna have to work with him. I got the patience.
I will say that I hate doing it going off of paper because I've always told don't go off of paper. Don't say, oh, look at this on the team look like this on paper. But if you're going off of it, for the fans that do, if you're looking at the schedule next year, if you're blessed with home versus Houston, at Chicago, at Jacksonville, home versus Indy, your first 4 games. With Ritter, I know I haven't seen much of these teams rebuild and what's going to happen in the next couple months. But looking on paper with some of those teams, a new head coach in Houston, Tennessee's going through some quarterback troubles and some cap situations over there. Jacksonville's looking strong right now. They're going to have Calvin probably this year, and teams looking like the team's looking promising. And then the Bears are falling apart. I can see Ritter at least 3-1 going into the first 4 games. That's just if you win under that schedule. Now, if you go again, even Tampa, look at our division. God damn, we're supposed to end this show. Tampa has said that Ryan Trask will probably be the starter.
I just threw up a little bit.
Ritter versus Trask. I'm leaning towards Carolina probably drafting the quarterback with their pick. But then again, I'm looking at Matt Corral. I'm looking at what's the guy's name? Darnold.
Darnold, yeah.
I don't think they're drafting the quarterback. I think it's probably going to be Matt Corral. And if you're looking at the Saints, the news came out today that they can make $12 million by cutting Jameis Winston. He's out the door. I'm not even a Saints fan. I will cut Jameis Winston. You can give me Jameis Winston.
The Saints fans are probably cutting Jameis. Yeah.
Ritter versus Trask versus Corral versus whoever the Saints want to put out there. But I have faith that Ritter in this division, if that's going to be the quarterbacks going forward, I have faith that he can get it done.
Every team in this division is in the quarterback market right now. So, I mean, it's going to happen. And there will be new quarterbacks in this division, all up and down this damn division. Okay, because the list looking kind of bleak right now. Looking kind of bleak. Trask. I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying it. I was watching him at Florida, and I used to call him Kyle Trash. I'm sorry.
I think the Falcons fans wanted Ritter to come out balling like Purdy did. The kid really did do his thing before getting hurt.
Purdy had a mastermind offensive coordinator, mastermind offensive mind, being at Shanahan running that game. My guy, like I said, I love Shanahan. I mean, that offense he put together is works. It works. The man can coach his ass off. He can call some plays. Okay, and he put Purdy in a perfect position to succeed. So shout out to him, and shout out for him opening up Purdy's his pluses and negating his minuses, so negatives.
Falcon fans, we had a great show tonight. This is what we do. We talk Falcons football with all the Falcons fans because we're diehard fans too. All we want to do is win, y'all. That's all we want to do. Lisa Shepard, our coaches didn't put Ritter in beneficial situations. Granted, starting him for the first time on the road versus the Aints wasn't ideal. But if you're talking fundamental coaching, then
they had to do it. But I think they would say they're a little stubborn on that because they probably should have put Ritter in earlier than they did. So they didn't. They was feeling it after that last trash game that Mariota had.
The Pittsburgh game.
He had to go. So they had no choice. So
one time for the fan.
They didn't have Ritter there, but
we love talking Falcons football. Every Wednesday, every Sunday, we'll be back on the Wednesday shows coming up soon. Because right now it's getting ready to get interesting here in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So we're here every Sunday, 8 p.m., talking Falcons football. We'll be back next week. Remember, Falcons fans, you have pretty much about less than 10 days for this franchise tagging to go on. The deadline's coming up. 2 big names to look for. Caleb McGarry from the Falcons. What are we going to do? Are we going to re-sign this guy straight up? Are we going to tag this guy? What are we going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Or the Lamar Jackson situation. We should hear it. We should hear some news this week. Because you have until next week, Tuesday. And if we don't hear none this week, we're going to hear it by next week, Tuesday.
Yes, sirski.
But we're going to put this to bed soon.
Ain't that what the kids saying nowadays? Yes, sirski. I don't know. I feel ancient now.
One time for the fan. Falcons
you should really feel ancient, Jack.
Sheesh. Follow us on Twitter at 1time4 the fan. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. We're almost at the 300 mark, y'all. So let's go ahead and get there. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, tag a Falcons friend, tag your Falcons family. But we need all subscribers to subscribe to the channel so we can push this content. We're doing great. All the Falcons fans who subscribe to the channel, thank you. For everybody who's listening on Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts or Anchor or Spotify or radio podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, just type in One Time for the Fans.
Facebook.
YouTube, if you're watching it, Facebook, Twitter, wherever. Thank y'all so much. Really want to say thank y'all. And we're going to continue doing what we do because we want to be your favorite Falcons podcast. And don't forget, we're at the games. We ain't over there just at the house doing this. We at the games. Home or away. Home or away. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to training camp, we are there. You know what I'm saying? When it's open to the public, we ain't saying, oh, no, man, I ain't going to no training camp. I don't care about it. No, we're going. Like it's a regular game. Training camp, OTAs, whatever, something's open to the public. It could be a doggone Cordell Patterson doing a Subway commercial. We're going to try to be there. One Time for the Fan is all about the fans. That's why it's called One Time for the Fan. So we want to say shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us, and we're going to continue rocking with y'all. Don't forget, if you want to talk Falcons football some more, One Time for the Atlanta Falcons on Facebook. Search it up. Yeah, One Time for the Atlanta Falcons. And we will add you to the group so we can talk Falcons football 24/7. You're not old, Bodie. Look at your guns.
Skadoosh.
Gosh. Live in full effect, Big Low Country. Shout out, Bodie.
Shout out.
Go ahead and get up out of here.
Shout out to these guns. Yeah. Shout out to whatever that is on your arms.
Gosh.
Yes, man. Yeah, shout out to everybody, man, who checked us out, man. We trying to crank out this content. It's a little dry, it's skadoosh.
That's skadoosh.
I just saw that on Family Guy. That's the funniest shit. Anyway, yeah. So, man, just shout out to everybody. This shit finna crank up. My notes finna crank up. I'm finna get back in professor mode on studying these college players and this free agent stuff. And
don't pump his head up, Lisa. He built like a dehydrated cactus.
Never seen one. Anyway. Yeah, so we finna get back on this grind. Falcons about to really get going. So we're gonna really get going, and I'm gonna get my mind back right on getting these players and the best fits for us. Just try to see if I can nail most of these picks that we're gonna get that we need. So yeah. We in this thing, man. Shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. Y'all know who y'all are. We got Big Low, Lisa, Bridget, Berto. See you down there, Berto. Let's go through here real
Padres
quick.
up in there. You got a lot of people in this chat.
There's a lot of people
here today.
Man, hey, man, all the love to y'all, man. I swear. We finna crank this shit up. It's dry right now. The news is dry, but we finna pour some water on it, like the cactus that he was talking about.
Sheesh.
We finna pour some water on that thing, and it's finna be lit. So,
Falcon fans,
man. Stick with us.
Thank y'all for allowing us to spend some time talking Falcons football with y'all. Remember, Combine is this week. Get your pen, get your paper. Yeah, do whatever you can to get your notes. Follow some of the beat writers and journalists who will be at the Combine sharing some information and news about any player. Because once again, one of those players that's showing up to Indy, a bunch of those players that's showing up to Indy is going to become members of the Atlanta Falcons. And it's always great that we get a chance to see them first, doing what they can. So shout out to Leandro, who just got up in here.
Yeah. And also one more thing, shout out to all the Falcon creators in here. We got 95 North Falcons Talk Show, Alberto, man. He just always showing love, brother. And we got Big Low up in here. Like, shout out to all y'all, man. Like, y'all pumping out this great stuff too. If y'all ain't subscribed to them, y'all ain't checked them cats out, y'all go check them cats out right now. They
got Lisa Shepard in here from Blogging Dirty.
Yeah.
Got 95 North Falcons Talk Show up in here too as well. You got Out of Your Falcons Mind podcast in here. You got Big Low Country Sports podcast up in here. And I must say, like, this is what it's all about. It's what it's all about. At the end of the day, we're gonna be at the Super Bowl together. Some people will be on the parade bus, some people will not. But otherwise than that, we will be there. But One Time for the Fan is done for tonight. Thank y'all for everything. I got prepared for this sneaker battle versus Ramel. Got to go make some more orders and do the best I can. Don't forget, Combine this week. That franchise tag, March the 7th. Free agents, March the 15th. is about to get real. And we need y'all to be here with us talking Falcons football. So we'll be back next week, Sunday, 8 p.m. And shout out to Alberto, man. We're gonna get you on. Alberto, we're going to get you on, bro. We're going to get you on, Alberto. Trust me, bro. We're going to get you on. I promise on everything I love, bro.
Oh, my God.
Everybody from the Falcon side over here. Everybody on the Falcon side over there. Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man. That's what it's all about. We will talk to y'all later. See y'all Sunday, 8 p.m. Warzone time.
Yes.